What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Matt, Pig Matt here. So, I've been kind of busy with a new job, and it's kind of messed up my sleep schedule, so I haven't had a whole lot of time to really be working on content. I did partake in the Normal and Rare Festival, and should have a video out about that somewhat soonish, but I'm still kind of working on it. But until then, I figured I'd show you guys a deck profile of my updated Salamangreat deck list that I currently have and got top 4 with over the weekend at one of my locals, and then at another local that still performed admirably enough to where I think it'd be worthwhile to show you guys, just to give you an idea of a direction that this deck is going in right now, and show you this fun card I decided to play, which we'll get to in a second. So, Salamangreat. The more things change, the more they stay the same. You still kind of play a whole lot of salad names in my build personally. I just max out on the Foxy, the Spinny, the Jack Jaguar, and have the one Falco because I still opt for the Flame Buffalo route. The reason I go with this route is because it loses to less hand traps than when you go debug and they proceed to draw and Lockbird or do whatever and basically end your whole turn. And I play a pretty decent number of hand traps and pretty much have a whole lot of things to discard for this card, so that's why I opted for that. It's pretty standard affair there, nothing too much terribly explained. For hand traps over the weekend, I opted for 3 Ash, 3 Ogre, and 3 Veiler. This card is really good. This card's solid. There's a bunch of Brave in your area. It'll put in the work it needs to do. And yeah, no complaints here. Sometimes I kind of wanted to run Imperm, but I just didn't this weekend. Now for the Salamangreat support spells, of course you do 1 of the field spell, 2 of the will, and then of course double circle. Oh yeah, I love it. Put this 3 Konami. Alright, next up, triple Signet Mining. Pretty self-explanatory. Alright, now the card that did a lot of discussion this weekend. 3 copies of Salesman. To be honest, there's only really one hand trap that absolutely completely ends you, and that's Nibiru. So I basically played this to just call Nibiru and then just never worry about it ever. And it was okay. The thing that was really weird with it that I usually did actually was another local. I was playing against a Blue Eyes player, and I would call the Blue Eyes guy on his field, so he'd be forced to chain it, and then I wouldn't have to deal with my graveyard being shut off. Or I went against a stun deck at the locals I top 4'd, and I called Power of the Guardians so I could hit over his little monster guy. It was really weird that this card functionally performed in some regards, but I'm not 100% sure it's better than Crossout Designator, to be honest with you. But I think it's worth testing out, because this can kind of stop inherent threats on the field if you're going second. And if it's stuff that you're never going to play anywhere, like Wandering Griffin Rider or something, then yeah, it's a pretty worthwhile card to test, and I might keep playing it from here on out, I'm not sure. The one of Called by the Grave, as well as 2 copies of Cosmic Cyclone. I just wanted some form of back row hate, so I just opted for this. This could be, like, I don't know, a Harpy's Feather Dust or Mystical Space Taping, whatever the hell you want, really, but I was pretty happy with this selection. And then to round it out, 2 of the Counter Trap and 1 Rage. Just simple stuff here. I like the Counter Trap a little bit more than I like this, but this is an overall back row out to everything. Alright, now onto the extra deck. I played course, the absolutely mandatory 3/3, 2 of this card, which sometimes I want to drop it, but I'm pretty sure I never will. And then, of course, the horse. And then this weekend, I decided to be cheeky with my locals and play this bad card, Salamangreat Pyro Phoenix. To anybody who's not aware, basically, when you extra summon this guy using a copy of itself, it destroys every card on your opponent's field. And then it has the effect that when a Link monster is summoned to their field, you can burn them for that Link monster's attack. And he also has the neat effect where he can special a Link monster from the opponent's graveyard to their field to then burn them. I never pulled that off, but I did pull off the field wipe effect multiple times, which is really funny. But to be honest with you, I'm probably going to end up dropping this for 2 other cards I'll tell you in a second that are after this. Of course, play the 1/of Splash Mage. Still pretty good. It's basically a 1-card access code. Update Jammer, the most important card that the whole extra deck, and the thing I make the absolute most that's not a Salamangreat. Transcode Talker, I might play a second copy of this as well as a second copy of access code here, because I do this play a lot and it closes out games, and if they stop it once they usually can't stop it again. So probably going to consider that in future revision of the deck. And I guess for the purpose of brevity and to pad out the rest of the video, the side deck was just kind of some board breakers, some additional hand traps that might be good in a select scenario, more back row hate, more board breakers, and this in case I ever run against Altergeist. So yeah, there you have it, people. My top 4 Salamangreat deck profile. It performed way better than I thought, and that makes me happy, but hopefully sometime soon I should have more videos for you that are a little more interesting. This is Matt, Pig and Matt, signing out.